Right. OET reading part B, 6 questions, right? The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the question. If vaccines have been stored incorrectly, this is the question. Just, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Don't write the answer anywhere. I'll tell you where you have to write. You'll get the answer feedback also. Right. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to send this, yeah. So here's the question. I'm giving you the link, copy post link. So you can just go and click in the bubble A, B, or C, whichever you feel correct. You can post there. Copy message link. Okay. So you can write in your notebook. Then you click in the bubble here. Then now, here in the chat box. Here in the chat box. Okay, question 00019. 019. Yeah. Here you can submit A or B or C. Any answer you can write there. You can write your answer there and then go here and click on the bubble here. Yes. So I'll explain you this answer once you finish. Yes, Sunita has written C. Manisha has written A. What about the others? Yes. Now I'm going to explain this answer. So actually this is a very ordinary question. Purely depends on common sense. There is no need to read all these things actually here. There is no need to read all these things. Okay. I'll show you the technique. I'll show you the technique how to answer these questions. See, what I'm doing is I'm closing this box. We don't need these things actually for this particular question. Okay. Now, let us see here. If vaccines have been stored incorrectly, means this is wrong storage. So this is wrong situation, negative situation. Then what you can do is, this should be reported. This should be reported. So to the responsible persons, because you don't take maybe the responsibility. Then staff should dispose of them securely. Staff should dispose of them securely. They should be sent back to the supplier. So these are the three things you can notice. Now, if you are there in this position, and if you notice that vaccines have been stored incorrectly, if you notice that vaccines have been stored incorrectly, then what you will do? So you will report. Report means you cannot take any action here. You have to only report to the concerned officials. Report it. Pass on the information. Pass on the information. Your duty is only to report to the responsible persons, your boss or your senior or your somebody. The next one, staff should dispose them of. Dispose means remove them, throw them off. Dispose means throw them off securely. The next one, they should be sent back to the supplier. Sent back means returned. Returned from where they came, they should send there only. So now, this is the question of authority. So, responsible person. So if vaccines have been scored incorrectly, so you should report. There is no problem here. if you report, okay, there is no problem. This is a positive point. There is no problem. If you report, there is no problem. You just pass on the information to higher authorities and they will do whatever is necessary. Then staff should dispose of them securely. Staff should dispose of them securely. So they can dispose. How can they dispose? Who gave their power? Any staff cannot dispose of anything they want. So this is ruled out by mere common sense. Any staff member cannot dispose anything away without the permission of the higher authorities. That's the rule. If some medicines are stored, vaccines are stored incorrectly, how can you dispose them of? Who gave you the right? Are you the boss? Are you the responsible person? Like that. So by default, the answer will be no. So any staff should dispose them of. So staff cannot dispose them, no? Right. They should be sent back to the supplier. Who sent them? Supplier sent them to you. So you should send them to the supplier. How can you send? Maybe you don't know who the supplier also maybe. Okay. Maybe even if you know, you cannot send them to him. Because, okay, they question why you send back means you cannot give the answer. You don't have the authority to. Who are you to send back? Who are you to send back? No, you cannot send back. The supplier will tell you cannot send back. How can you send back? Okay, you are just a staff member. How can you send back? Okay, so like that one. So nobody can send them back because there are many things there. So by default, C is also wrong because you have no right, you have no power to send them back. Because if anybody asks, why did you send, you have no answer. You have no proof. With what power did you send them? With what power did you throw them off? But this should be reported. There is no problem. It is safe. If you report the information to the higher authorities, you are safe. No problem. Nobody say, why you reported me? Nobody will say. But if you dispose them off, your boss will say, how dare you dispose them off? You did not intimate me. Why? If you send back to the supplier, they will ask, who asked you to send them back? Did the boss tell you? Where is the letter? He will ask. So, second and third will be ruled out. Okay, second and third will be ruled out. Okay. Is that clear? Is that clear? Any doubts? So there is no question. There is no need of anything here. Very simple. So it's just a mere common sense. But I'll give you the answer also now. Okay. So this is the way how you can go through without reading. So if you apply common sense like this, lot of answers you can clear. Okay. So that's it. Now let us check from the official booklet. So here is the question 66. This is listening. Reading. Part B. Part B, this should be reported. this should be reported. You can see there. This should be reported. Fine. Next. So after this, now we are moving to the, here I'm going to explain you another style. Okay. Now let us see here. Okay. Let us see here. This is called elimination technique. I'm going to show you elimination technique. So now let us see. So stored incorrectly. Stored incorrectly. Vaccines. Vaccines stored incorrectly. Then what? If means condition. If this happens, what you have to do? If is a condition here. If vaccine stored incorrectly, what should you do? If vaccine stored incorrectly, what you should do? So now let us see here. There are three words. There are three words. Reported. You can report to the upward. You dispose means you can decide. Here, first one is you cannot decide. Only you have to report it to the bosses. Here, you can decide, you can dispose of. That is the meaning. And they should be sent back, means returned. Reported or disposed or returned. These are the three words. Reported, disposed, sent back. Now here, right? Now, first one is how they should be stored. Despite is the root word. Means despite. Despite is the root word. Despite is the root word. Despite best practices, cold chain breaches sometimes occur. Breaches sometimes occur. Cold chain breaches sometimes occur. That means not stored. Breach means not stored properly. Rule broken. Okay. Sometimes it happens. Then what you have to do? Do not discard. So you cannot discard. Discard means dispose. Discard means dispose. This is the same meaning. But here telling staff should dispose, but here he is telling do not discard. Do not means don't. Do not discard. So based on this one, B is ruled out. B is ruled out. Based on this one, B is ruled out. So here, B is ruled out. B is ruled out. So next one, dispose means a discard. Dispose them of, discard. Okay. Do not discard or use any vaccines exposed to temperatures below +2 degrees centigrade or above 8 degrees centigrade. That is incorrectly. Then next one, without obtaining further advice. So you have to obtain further advice here. You have to obtain further advice. This is very, very important. You have to obtain. Obtain means get. Further advice. Further advice from where? From your officials, from your superiors, from your seniors, from your bosses. So that means first you have to tell them and they'll give some advice what to do. Then you have to go accordingly. That means you cannot, without obtaining, do not do anything without obtaining further advice. So you can see there. Okay. Obtaining further advice. Advice. When will you get advice? When you report to the bosses. When you report to the bosses. When you report to the bosses, they'll give you advice. So for that, you have to report. You have to inform. You have to pass on the information. Then they'll give you advice. So do not discard before. So that means first thing what you have to do is you have to get advice. You have to get some suggestions, what to do, what not to do. So for that, what you have to ask your superiors. Okay, that is finished. They should be sent back to the supplier. Isolate vaccines means keep them separate and contact the state or territorial public health bodies for advice on the national immunization program vaccines and the manufacturer for privately purchased vaccines. Only the manufacturer for privately purchased vaccines, not for publicly government. Okay, provides that one. That one you cannot. So you cannot say. So you have to manufacturer means supplier, but you have to contact them. Only contact them. Then they will tell what you have to do. You have to contact them. You cannot send back. You only have to contact, means report. You cannot send them back. You have to contact the supplier, contact the manufacturer and tell him what happened. But you cannot send them back. They will tell you what you have to do. Okay. Otherwise, you have to tell your seniors, superiors, take advice from them. Okay. So here C is ruled out because sent back. You cannot send back. You can only contact them and inform them, but you cannot send back. So that is why this is ruled out. So this is also ruled out. So C is also ruled out. So now first you have to report. Then they will tell, dispose them off. So dispose them off. If they tell, send them back to the supplier, then you have to send. So first one is more important than the second. Only if they tell you, then you can dispose them off. Only if they tell you, you can send them back. But without the official order, you cannot dispose, you cannot send. But anything wrong happens, immediately you can report. That is, you have the right to report to the authorities. That is important, is the rule. So you can report. Then afterwards, act according to their suggestions. So by default, this is clear now. So there will be negative words. Do not discard. Should be sent back. Do not send back. You cannot do anything without taking further advice. You cannot do anything. You cannot send back. You cannot discard. So do not is very clear. Without obtaining further advice. That means first you have to take advice. If you want to take advice, you have to report. That's so simple as that. So okay. Print screen. So I have posted in here the second option also. So okay. Shall, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Shall we move on to the next question? If you have any doubts, you can say, raise your hand and you can write your doubt. Otherwise, you say yes. We'll move on to the next question first. Come on, fast, fast, fast. We don't have all the time in the world. Okay. Next, second question is here. According to that extract, prior to making a home visit, okay, according to the extract, prior to making, yeah, this is the second question. Don't write the answer anywhere. I'm giving you 2 minutes, just complete it. Yeah. I'll tell you where you have to find out the answer. Yes. Okay, don't write the answers. I told you. Okay, if you have already written, no problem. Okay. So question where you have to write the answer is in your notebook. Okay. In your notebook. Okay. So this is the question. Copy post link. Yeah. There you can go and tick ABC, A or B or C. Read and click ABC. Okay. Here or here, anywhere. You can just click there and you'll get the answer. A, B, C. Click in this one. Yeah. So I have given you the link. You can go there and click. Now, you can write in the chat box question 020. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Submit your answer now. Yes. Submit your answer there fast. Rajalakshmi has submitted. Desi has submitted. What about the others? Asia has submitted. Very good. These are serious students who are submitting. Others just maybe they're just coming and sitting silent and going off. Jesna, C. Very good. Yes, Sandamali. Why? Very good. Now let us see this answer here. So now I'm going to explain this answer. Okay, just see this one carefully. The point, the word will be there, that word will help you actually. Now you see, the word which help you is prior. The word will help you is prior. Prior means before, earlier. Prior means before or earlier. Means past tense. Means past tense. Okay, now means present tense. During. Okay, during. Prior means before. Okay. While means during. While means during. During means now, present tense. Post. Post means after, later. Post means after, later. Not now. That is future. Prior means pre. Means before. Means earlier. But while means during. Means at that time. That means present tense. Then afterwards, post means future. Future means, okay, you know what is future. So here, what should be done? What should be done? Now let us see here. Okay. Record the time they leave the practice. So the key word is time. Time is important. Time is important. Record the time. Record the time they leave the practice. So time is important. So before, what is important? Time is important. Refill their bag. Bag is important. This is talking about bag. Communicate their intentions to others. Others are important. Others means other staff members, other nurses, other doctors or something like that. People. First one is time. Second one is bag. Third one is people. So which is important? Before visiting, before going for a home visit, before making a home visit, nurses must do what? Record the time or refill their bag or talk to others. So what they should do? Now let us see. Before, first one is this prayer means before. Prayer means before. Okay, now let us see time or bag or others. Directly go there. So this is on return. You can see this is on return. Second paragraph means on return means after. Means future. That means if this is future, then this is present. This is present then. The second paragraph is future, means the first paragraph is present. The first paragraph is present. Try to understand that there. When the nurse is ready to depart, depart means leave, ready, ready means before. Ready to leave, ready to leave. Ready to depart means ready to leave. He, she must advise. He, she must advise. Advise means give a suggestion, inform, let them know. That is the meaning, advise. A minimum of 2 staff members. 2 staff members. That he or she is commencing home visits with 1 staff member responsible for logging the nurse's movement. 1 staff member should write down. So he will not record or she will not record. Thus other people, okay, one is for the record and another for another nurse, something like that. 2 people should be there. Not 1 person, 2 people. And it should be recorded. Okay. So now here you can see, right. Next one. On return to the practice, the nurse will immediately advise staff members. After coming also, she will advise them that she has come. Inform them of her return, his return. This time will be documented on the patient visit list and then scanned and filed by the administration staff. Okay, time when? Time will be documented. Time is in after coming back. Time is after coming back. Okay. Time is after coming back. There also, before coming back, before going also, time is there. Logging the nurse's movement. Time is both. Time is in both. So it is not talking about time there. Okay, refilling the bag. Refilling the bag. Refilling means restocking. The bag means nurse kit. Bag means nurse kit. Bag is after, not now, not before. Not before, it's after returning. So restocking the nurse kit is after returning. So you can understand very clearly here. Okay. Restock means refill. Restock means refill. Refill means restock. That's the point. Refill means restocking. Bag means their bag. Bag means nurse kit. Okay. So refill their bag. That is afterwards. So B is ruled out, not before. It's after coming back. So B is ruled out. B is ruled out. Okay, this is B is ruled out. Now, next one. Communicate their intention to others. Record the time they lived the practice. Okay, they will not record. The nurses will not record. Some other nurse will record, or the record assistant will record. They will not record the time. They will just tell them, and the others will record. So, communicate their intentions to others. Others. Others means other staff members. Other staff members. Staff members are others. Okay, advise. Advise means inform. Inform means communication. Intention. Intention means what she is doing. That's movements. Intention. Right. Now let us see here. Now, record the time they leave the practice. Refill their bag with necessary. Communicate their intentions to others. So, let me see what answers you have written here. So, most of them have written C. Very good. Very good. I can see that. So, A is ruled out. B is ruled out. Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay. So, reading part B 20. Boomerang 20. So here is the point. So communicate means must be made aware of intentions, movements to others, more than one person. Okay. Advise a minimum of 2 staff members. You can see here. Okay. So second line also is the two staff members means others. So this is the way how you're going to get the point. So simple. So before, after, and during. Remember that. That is one policy. Tip. Before means prior. During means while. After means post. So before means past tense. During means present tense. After means post means future tense. Remember that. So that is how you will get a clear picture. So clear opinion. Got clarity. Yes or no? Give your answer. Got clarity? Yes or no? First, Dr. Imran Rashid says yes. That's very nice. If you give the answer, it will be clear for me that you understood. Fine. Right. Next, third question. Next is third question. Third question. Next is third question. So this is the question, 2 minutes. This is the last question for today. For the regular students, I am going to give these sessions tomorrow. You can go to the link. Yeah, this is the link. Copy post link. Then next one is copy the message link. Here both the places you can just tick and write. Yeah. So if you tick here, you'll get the answer. A, B, C. So now if you see here, I'll just give you an outline here. So this question I will explain. I'm going to explain here. What is being described in this section of the guidelines? What is being described? What is being described? What are they describing? What are they describing? What is being described? So changes in procedure. So procedure common, no need. Best practices in procedures, no need procedures. Exceptions to the procedures, no need. So here, if you eliminate these three words, okay, if you eliminate, okay, then next one is in. Okay, then here to the. So if you eliminate these also, changes, best practice, exceptions. So what is there here, you have to see. Okay. Now here, guidelines for dealing with hospital staff. Okay. All biological waste must be carefully stored and disposed of safely. Okay. Safely. That's it. Okay. Now coming to the things here. So, if you see here, okay, it is essential for the hospital to have protocols for dealing with biological wastes and contaminated biological waste separately and contaminated material separately. All staff must be familiar with them and follow them. Already the procedures are there. Must be familiar with them. Them what procedures, guidelines, rules and regulations, how to dispose them, how to dispose biological waste and how to deal with contaminated materials. What you should do. Everything is mentioned there. So it is not, it's already there and it will always there. There is no change. It is the same thing, but people are reminded here. Okay, next one. Make separate disposable containers available where waste is created. Separate disposable containers, separate one for biological waste and separate one for contaminated materials, separate ones. And non-sterile materials. So the staff can sort the waste as it is being discarded. When they are discarding, they'll sort them out, separate them out into two different things. One is biological waste and second one is contaminated materials. So there is nothing exception here. There is nothing exception here. So the best practice is separate them both. Make separate disposal. That is the best practice. Okay, because it is essential for the hospital to have protocols for dealing with biological waste and contact. All the staff must be familiar with them and follow them. Why? Because it is the best practice. Okay. So they did not change any procedure. Procedure is always there. They are telling that it's better to follow protocol. What you have to do and how you have to do. So how to separate contaminated material and how to separate biological material, waste material. That is what he's telling. Separate, don't mix and send everything together because there may be injuries. Or there may be, they may have some disease or something like that. And you may be affected there. So, best practices to avoid all these things is put them separately. Put them separately. So here, let us see. Now, so everything is related to procedures only. Procedures. This is gone. These three. Changes or best practice or exceptions. So changes. Changes means what? Earlier there was something and now there is some changes. Something added or removed. So there is nothing called added, nothing called removed there. So that means there are no changes in the procedure. Procedures are there right from the beginning itself. They did not change anything in the procedure. Number one. So A is ruled out. The next one, C, exceptions to the procedures. There is no exception. Must do. Must. Okay. It is essential, no exception. It is essential. Okay, it is essential means must. All staff must, see here, be familiar, no exception. There is no exception to the procedures. All staff must be familiar and they must follow them. Okay, so there is no exception. So C is ruled out. There is no change. So A is ruled out. A is ruled out because there is no change from the beginning till now. Every time there are the procedures and guidelines and rules. Do this, do this, do this. There is no change there. The next one, exceptions. There is no exception. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did not do. I am an exception. I need not do all these things." Nothing like that. Anyone has to follow this one. Okay. So that's it. They should be compliant with the best practices. All staff. So that is the best practice. Make separate disposable containers available where waste is created, so that staff can sort the waste. Sorting means separating the waste as it is being discarded. So based on this one, you have to see how it is going on. Is it changes, or is it best practice, or is it exceptions? Exception means what? Okay, everyone should have to do the homework, but Hari need not do because he is suffering from fever. Okay, some fever problem. So that's why he is excused. Others all they must. So like that. Exception means excuse. You need not do. No, everything is there. You have to do. That's all. So this is the way how you'll get the clarity. So clear the doubt. There it was before, prior means before, during and after. But here it is not like that. Changes are as it is. There are no changes. It is as it is. Best practice procedures. Best practice means when you are discussing, take the best possible view. The next one, exceptions to the procedure. There is no exception. Okay. Clear the doubt. If it is clear, say yes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me there. So, this is the point. Okay, question number 21. Forward. Yes. Okay. So it is here. Clear all drawings. So if you follow this pattern, it will be very easy. You can see there. What is being described? What? Only one word. What? Is it changes, or is it best practice, or is it exceptions? Procedures, 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 dealing. Okay, disposed of safely. That is very important. First line only answer is there. Carefully stored and disposed of safely. Safely means best practice. Unsafe means not best practice. Disposed of safely. How you can make safely? Separate disposable containers for okay, for paper and other materials which will not, and for difficult one, pins, needles, sharp, other things which hurt you, then they should be disposed in a separate one. So then no harm, no problem like that. So that's the end of the session. So today, Simon sir's birthday. So he was little busy today. So from tomorrow morning, that's why I started late in the afternoon. Okay. So tomorrow morning, I'll be starting the show. And how many of you want to participate in the mock test tomorrow? Full mock test, reading, listening, writing, speaking, all of them. Those who are ready to complete. The regular students, non-regular students, I'm not bothered. But the regular students, Dr. Imran Rashid. Hello, Dr. Imran.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Were these 3 questions beneficial for you?
Which question, sir?
I have explained 3 questions now. Reading.
Okay, I will see.
Okay. Have you done that one?
No, I just.
Okay, you just saw these 3 questions I have given. So those you can watch it in YouTube also. So
Yeah.
Simon sir will be active tomorrow, full active. Today only half day I was active. Okay. So okay, you can mute back. So give me excuse today, all of you. So I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm scheduling the session. And if anybody is interested to attend the sessions, okay, you can contact me for reading or listening or writing or speaking or all the 4 skills, however you want. Okay, if anybody is interested, you can contact me tomorrow. Yes. Yeah. Today is my birthday. So who is ready to join? I'm giving you a special, okay, only for 2 hours. Now it is going to be 10 or 10:30, I don't know. For 2 hours, if anybody is interested, normal fees is 12,000. And today, just 2 hours. If anybody is interested, I am in a happy mood. So you can just pay half the price and you can join right away. You can join right away. Onam I gave day before yesterday, and we took some admission. So if anybody is interested, within 2 hours, you can message me and I'll give you special admission. Only for 2 students, because I don't have many places, only 2 places. Okay, excuse me for